Recently, I created this 1v1 duel game in PowerPoint. There's basically 10 characters and each character has a unique set of moves. Basically, these characters are gonna fight each other, take turns until one of them dies. But when I was testing the game, I had a little thought. Which of these 10 characters are the best? Is it me? Is it someone else? Well, today we're gonna find out because I decided to spend a bunch of time, a couple hours in fact, creating this script. And I'm gonna run it in an online compiler and see which enemy is the best. So let me quickly show you how this works. There's a bunch of customizable moves and I decided to put all 7 main moves here as well as all 10 characters. Each character is then linked to a couple moves, 3 specifically, which you can find over here. And lastly, but what's different about this is that it's code, so I can actually fully simulate whatever I want with this. So I decided to create a special AI. This is the AI right here. It's a semi-complex AI made with this AI basically chooses which move is best based on circumstance, previous moves, etc. So it is genuinely a pretty accurate AI to see which of these characters are the best if they choose the best moves. And as you can see, if I run it, you can simulate me, you can skim through my character, or you can enter in details. So this is how the program's gonna work. So we're going to be simulating the characters one by one. For each character, they're going to be fighting against every other character. So we have Ejin versus Ejin, soon there'll be Ejin versus other people like Silent and stuff. As you can see, if I choose fast, then it's gonna like quick fire through the match between Ejin versus Ejin, and then you can go through the match versus me and Silent. And once you do that, you can also have a detailed analysis on the battle itself. So instead of skimming through the battle like this, you can actually look through the battle. And you can see which moves each character played and the health and stuff, how the moves played out, because there's a lot of gambling here. And eventually you can see who is the winner, in which case I lost. And so using this program, I'm going to be simulating roughly thousands upon thousands of fights. Each simulation here will simulate 50 fights per character. So Ejin versus Ejin, there's going to be 50 fights between them. And we're going to be seeing which of these characters is the best. And the best way to do that is using the skim mode. If I just press S, it's going to skim through everything. As you can see, I got 22-28 to myself, so yeah, I just lost against my clone. I beat Silent, I beat Sarah, beat Canary, Vey. I beat a lot of people. I beat everyone except myself. So yeah, this is actually a super good result, and you can also see which moves I played the most. In this case, it's crit. And yeah, you can sort of get a sense of my playstyle and stuff. Also, you're probably not gonna get this video as much if you don't watch the original video, so I'm gonna link that somewhere. But yeah, let's actually get to simulating the results. Let's start with Ejin. 273 wins and 227 losses. And once again, the moveset is the same. I mostly use crit and inspire is the least used. And now... But I feel like it's best that we just sort of go through these fights one by one. It's with me versus Silent, in which case, I withdrew. So this is me, I mostly use crit as usual. I use inspire surprisingly a lot against Silent and Charade. Yeah, I also use Charade quite a bit. I'm going to be sort of analyzing these battles to see how each character plays against each other. We will start at 15 HP, the first move I used was crit, which I failed. Silent then used Jeopardy, which makes sense because it's cool to take risks because then your enemies can go down a lot of health and you can get a good advantage. But we failed a lot of stuff. Silent then used crit and got me down to 12, in which case I also landed a crit on Silent. Silent used Jeopardy, fails down, he's taking a lot of risks right now. Silent fails Jeopardy and then I use Charade, which combos him down to 6 HP. This is a good move. One of the big advantages with using Ejin is that the 2 attacks that he has, Charade and Crit, they complement each other pretty well because Charade is really good for getting combos. It's a super high potential attack, and Crit is like a sort of starter attack. So you get the crit in and then you can follow it up with Charade and your enemy's gonna really struggle to bounce back. But it's a shame that the big flaw with Ejin is that he doesn't have attack. which is a 100% guarantee land. So every time he does something, he has to gamble. He doesn't even have heal. All his attacks are purely gambling, and that's what makes him fun. But he beats Silent because Silent's attacks are also all gambling, and in fact, instead of having the healing of Inspire, he has Leech, which is also just as reliable as Inspire. But when it comes to like super low health situations, you can see Silent tried using Leech. If he had Inspire, he would have gotten up to 4 HP and he wouldn't die to my crit, but he didn't have it, so he died. So yeah, I countered it perfectly using crit as the last hit. It's high risk, but at the same time, crit is always a really good finisher for that. So yeah, the combo of crit and charade is really good, and couple that with Inspire. Inspire is actually surprisingly potent because of the 50% land hit, because you can just bounce back from being super low HP really good. Oh yeah, there it is. Silent used Leech, got me down to 4 HP. So now it's 4 and 5, but I use Inspire, and so I get over him. And now we get to skim past the fight of me versus Sarah. And to which Sarah had won. Makes sense, to be honest. Look at Sarah's movesets. She mostly used attack and a little bit of Inspire, but holy moly, I got destroyed. 19 HP, dude. Oh my god. So Sarah's just gonna like very slowly attack, and I'm just gonna like constantly fail. And yeah, it's so hard to do anything here. I tried critting, I tried attacking, but she just whittles away at my HP. The cool thing about Sarah is that she uses attack, so it just chips away your HP, but it also doesn't allow for like super powerful hits, so she has to really preserve her health. Sarah's a big health player because she has the 2 healing attacks, which are Heal and Inspire. So she has a steady heal attack, which surprisingly she doesn't use, and also the Inspire attack. And you can see how that beat me, because if I get unlucky, to which I did get unlucky, look at how balanced these moves are. I was really desperate. She's gonna do this super deadly combo where she constantly attacks me and she doesn't need to heal, and the only thing I can do is just constantly try to do Inspire. So yeah, attack and Inspire are really dangerous together. How about me versus Canary? Let's see how this played out. Canary is pretty similar to Sarah, except she also has Jeopardy. Jeopardy, instead of attack, Jeopardy, she relies purely on risk. She constantly tries to get the -3 HP on the enemy, but at the same time, Jeopardy, if you fail, you go down 1 HP. And so she also has a bunch of moves that she has to sort of counter that HP decrease. So yeah, she's such a tank and she's so powerful, and she beat me. Alright, our next fight is going to be against Vay, and I'm pretty interested. Okay, this fight is really short. Holy moly. Oh my god, that's the big thing with Ejin. He can just get insanely lucky. Look at this combo, dude. It is pure damage. Okay, so me versus Vay. Now, I won here because I got lucky, but the thing about Vay is that she is pure damage. She does not have a heal attack, but she can win though, because the 3 attacks she has are really powerful. She has the Jeopardy attack, which is just massively risky for her because she cannot heal, so she's purely relying on the -3 HP. So yeah, she's very risky. And she also has the steady attack, just in case she wants to like whittle down my HP, and just in case she might possibly be feeling that I'm getting a bit unlucky. And she also has Charade, which is super high potential for massive combos and stuff. But as you can see, I just swiftly take her out with my 2 attacks. I didn't even heal once, and I still have 11 HP because she just constantly fails. So yeah, Vay is a massive luck player, but she can be really powerful if she wants to. But yeah, usually the thing I love with Vay is that her fights end so quickly. It's a pure race battle, and that's why she's so potent sometimes if she gets lucky enough. And now Fish. Fish is also pretty steady. Fish is very different from me. Yeah, the fights are gonna be way longer because Fish has Inspire, Attack, and Jeopardy. So she has the Inspire attack combo, whittling down the enemy while also making sure that you can keep your health in check. And she also has the big risk of Jeopardy, which is what made Canary so good. So she has both attack and Jeopardy, and yeah, but somehow I managed to win, probably because of Charade and stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of Charade combos too, actually. The only issue with Fish is that, as you can see, she relies on Inspire instead of heal. So when it comes to dire situations, she can just fail Inspire over and over, and yeah, that just kills her. Especially considering that attacks like Crit and Charade, they can outdo Inspire by a lot. Inspire only heals 2 HP, but Crit, it can whittle down 3 HP. So if you're unlucky, then you just get unlucky. Now, me versus Duffler. Duffler's also a pretty interesting player. I think he'll win. Yeah, he won. But he's also similar to Vey in that he is a massive damage player. All his attacks are damage. He has the steady attack, he has the huge potential combo Charade, and he has Leech, which he just never uses. And the fight's actually surprisingly long. Leech is going to be his only method of healing, but if he gets lucky with Charade, he can just like take me down really quickly. And as you can see, yeah, he got pretty lucky actually. But I think that overall, my attacks are slightly better than Duffler's because Crit and Charade, they always beat out Crit and attack, dude. Charade versus Charade, I think the only reason I lost is because I just didn't use Charade that often. Charade is the 50% chance, while Crit is 33%, and yeah, Charade is just better for steady damage. And now we have me versus Dunter. This one's interesting actually. Dunter, I won against Dunter, but Dunter's 3 moves are pretty similar to Duffler. We got Attack and Leech, but we also have Crit. So instead of relying on Charade, he wants Crit. He wants the more defined damage of Crit instead of the super high potential attack of Charade, which I think that Charade is a little bit better than Crit, but he utilized Leech more often because of that. Because he doesn't have Charade, the AI just picks Leech more often, and yeah, it just makes him utilize Leech more, which is also his only method of healing. There's a couple of characters who rely on Leech, like Duffler and Dunter. It is super scary because it only heals 1 HP 50% of the time, but it's really good for damage control and stuff. I just got luckier with the little attacks I have. He doesn't have that many like super high potential damage attack except Crit, and I use Crit way more than him, so yeah, I managed to whittle down his HP and I just won. Now me versus Dede, and Dede won because of Charade, of course. Charade, as usual, come in clutch. I don't know why it's Harade over here, but I got surprisingly destroyed. She was at 10 HP. Oh my gosh, she got really lucky with Charade. That's the thing about Charade though. Charade versus Charade, it always makes for some cool fights. Look at the balance of this though. Look at how much I want to use Inspire on her so badly and I just fail, and look at the balance. She does not heal once because she never got low, and she just always forces me to heal and heal because she just got the good Charade combo. That's the thing about Charade, is that if you get a really good combo, you can just go over and over and you can just gamble on the next combo. It's so crazy. And yeah, that's how they managed to beat me. And now we got me versus Handy. Handy's also super duper steady with the oh my god. He's super duper steady with the classic attack, heal and Charade. He once again has that Charade advantage, but his other 2 attacks are steady, attack and heal, similar to Sarah, but instead of relying on Inspire to like get the big gambling heal thing, he relies on Charade to get the big gambling damage. And it works out perfectly because oh my god, I got steamrolled. Look at this combo, dude. 7 combo is crazy. What are the odds of that? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 1 in 128 chance for that, dude. Oh my god. Besides the combos of Charade, we were actually pretty even, to be honest. Like I used Inspire once to like get an edge over him, but it just unfortunately doesn't work out. My attacks did not land and he just destroys me. So yeah, now that we've analyzed each of these characters and how they play against someone like me, we can like sort of see how good each character is. We're gonna be doing this multiple times, these 50 fight simulations, we're gonna be doing this multiple times, and we're gonna be tallying up the scores over here. So let's start with me. I have 252 wins, 248 losses, and 0 draws. Draws are basically when the fight goes over 200 moves, because, you know, it's just gonna be infinite. And I did not draw because my moveset is super duper damage reliant. Crit and Charade is super powerful, and yeah, it just prevents the common infinitely healing, infinitely attacking loop that players with attack might have. Especially these two, especially Sarah. Sarah's a big looper, as you can see in the future. Overall, I'm a pretty good player. I'm 252. Not perfect, but Maybe I just got unlucky because sometimes when I run, I can get a really good run like this, 277. But I think overall I am a really good player. I think I'll put myself at like sort of 9 out of 10. As for Silent, as you can see by his playstyle, he loses to more people. He can just dominate, but at the same time, his moveset of Crit, Leech and Jeopardy, he does not have a very reliable, heal, because he relies on the big triple damage of Crit and Jeopardy. He doesn't have that big high potential gamble of Charade, but like the 3 damage fighters, they're just so good. The Jeopardy and Crit. Jeopardy especially, I think Jeopardy is the best move in the game. It's just so good. But unfortunately, since he relies way more on luck instead of the strategy that I have thanks to Inspire, he just generally loses more. And so Silent, I don't think Silent is as good as me. He does lose more than he wins, so yeah, Silent is definitely not the best. He can lose a little bit. I would say his win rate is roughly 49. Which lands him at probably a 7 out of 10. So yeah, he's not the best character, but he's still pretty solid when he can be. He's just super duper gambling reliant, which makes sense because he's the gamble master. And the healing of Leech is just not that good, dude. Now, moving on to Sarah. Sarah's always gonna get lower wins than luck. She's gonna get a ton of draws here. Look at this, dude. 46 draws against Handy. Every single game against herself, she draws. Yeah, Sarah is a massive drawer. Mainly because if you look at a fight between Sarah, look at these movesets. They play on for a long time. Like, just look at how many moves they play, dude. It's because of heal mainly. Heal and Inspire, she just never dies. She keeps coming back up and up and up. Look at how steady she is. She can die, but it's super duper slow. So the thing about Sarah's playstyle is that she either absolutely destroys the enemy by just steadily healing up and up and up until it's impossible to kill her, or she just slowly trickles down to death, which is just so sad to see. Like, look at this draw. It's 17-5 and yet it still draws because Sarah takes so long to die. But yeah, Sarah is very reliable for like super long fights, but I would say her move win is 38% and she's probably a 4 out of 10. Let's see how Canary fares. Canary's good. Canary's really good. She can draw, but she's overall really good. Look at this domination over Duffler though. Holy. Jeopardy is just so powerful. Look at how many times she used heal, dude. Look at heal. She used 14,000 heals and 5,000 Jeopardies. Yeah, Canary is pretty similar to Sarah, but I think Canary is just better because of Jeopardy. Jeopardy beats out attack always. It's high risk, but with Canary's playstyle of heal, 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 Jeopardy, 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 heal, 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 she just doesn't lose health. She can just whittle away at the player's health, and every time she gets struck down by her own Jeopardy, she can just bounce back super duper easily, and it just makes her such a good player. She's honestly better than... Is she better than me? Would I consider Canary better than me? I'm just such a big loss player. It's either I win or lose, but with Canary, she can just take it out to a draw, and when she draws, she's usually on top. So yeah, Canary's gonna have like a super duper powerful win rate, and she's honestly 9.5 out of 10. If you watch the actual video, you can see how Canary can just completely dominate a fight with Jeopardy. She's just so good. She's so good. Now we have Vey. Vey surprisingly draws too, to be honest. We have Parade, Attack and Jeopardy, and she is surprisingly powerful when it comes to this stuff. I'm surprised by the fact that Vey is able to draw because she is usually pure damage. She plays things really quickly, so she's a quick dropper usually. You know the term quick drop? She's a quick dropper. She can just quickly drops the enemy, but against like the big healers, they can just counter her. When it comes to playing with the healers, she doesn't want them to constantly heal while she gets whittled away by her own Jeopardy, and so she's gonna play that less against them, and so she relies on Charade and attack, to which if she gets unlucky with Charade, the healers can just out heal her, and so we just get to a draw, a perpetual loop where she just tries to attack and they constantly have to heal. Maybe because they're low, one of the healers gets low, it's gonna be really tough to kill them. That's just the healer style. And unfortunately, Vey considering the fact that she has to play low risk against the healers. She just cannot utilize her Jeopardy that much, and so she just draws them. That's why she's able to get like 31 draws against Dede and Handy and the two main healers. Not super good, so I don't think she's gonna be that effective. I'm gonna give her a 6 out of 10. Now with Fish, oh, Fish is good. Fish is good. The combo of Inspire and Jeopardy in attack is actually surprisingly potent. You can see how much he relies on the Inspire attack combo. The constant healing from attacks while she's low, but at the same time the absolute slowly whittling away the player's health of attack and Jeopardy too. So yeah, she's actually surprisingly balanced move-wise. And also, she does not draw that much. The only time she draws against Sarah, which everyone draws Sarah. And overall, I think Fish is super solid. Inspire, Attack, and Jeopardy are just... She has that risky damage as Canary, but at the same time the steadiness of Sarah. And yeah, I think she's just way better than Sarah, but probably not as good as Canary because Canary has Heal. Heal is probably just better overall compared to Attack, because when it comes to Attack, you're trying to get your enemies to lower HP, but when it comes to Heal, you're trying to prevent yourself from going to super low HP. So yeah, when it comes to Attack, you don't really think of yourself, and that can let the enemies just kill you slowly. So she's gonna be good, but not as good as Canary. She's probably even to me. She's even with me. Duffler, holy moly, this kid sucks. Look at how many times he draws purely because of Attack, dude. I don't know why he uses Attack so much, but you can see he can just get absolutely decimated by the big draws. These four are the big draw people: Sarah, Canary, Dede, and Handy. I don't know why Duffler just absolutely gets destroyed. Probably because he does not have a good method of healing. Charade and Attack are a pretty decent combo. Charade is good, but unfortunately the problem with Duffler is that he does not have a good heal to like complement the Charade. Charade can get him an advantage when he gets lucky, but when he gets unlucky, he does not have a good heal to sort of mediate when the enemy does a bunch of damage to him. And Attack too, oh my god. Attack is such a curse for him, especially against the healers who just don't want to die. Leech is just not that good of a move, honestly. Like, it's good if both you and your enemy have similar HP, but when it comes to people like the healers, it's usually never the case, to be honest. 47%. Next up, we have Dunter. I think Dunter's gonna do well. Dunter, I've seen in previous tests, he actually does really well. Look at that, look at that. Look at this absolute menace. 0 draws, similar to me. Crit, Attack, and Leech. He underutilizes Leech a lot, but Crit and Attack are just really good together. Crit is low-key underrated. It doesn't have the risk of Jeopardy. They just whittles away at your HP if you fail. Crit and Attack are just such a good combo, and he also has the Leech to allow him to heal while also damage the enemy. Crit and Leech complements each other surprisingly well, because when it comes to Crit, you're gonna fail a lot. And when you succeed, it's gonna be really good. But when you do fail a lot, Leech is a good way to sort of mediate the damage. But the only issue with Dunter is that when he gets low, holy moly, he gets low. He dies if he gets low. So I'm gonna say he's a 59% chance. Not as good as Canary. And now we move on to Dede, to which I failed to skim. And boom. She, as you can see by here, she's one of the big drawers. So yeah, she's gonna have a lot of draws. Her 3 moves, she has Heal. That's the big kicker. She has Heal and Charade. So these are her primary attacks. Leech she just underutilizes because she just relies on Heal way more. Heal is just more reliable than Leech, because Leech is more of a mediator, while Heal is really good for emergencies when she gets low. If you just don't get a really good Charade combo, Dede just doesn't have that super good kick to her, you know? So she just has that Charade heal, Charade heal, Charade heal, and there's just no advantage. You can just get whittled down by Jeopardy or Crit or something, or just Charade by the other opponent. She just doesn't have something like Inspire to sort of bounce back from those attacks, and yeah, she just dies a lot. So yeah, while Dede wins more than she loses, the draws aren't usually that good because she'd be like at low HP spamming heal. That's the type of draws I imagine for their day, and so that just lands her a pretty low score, honestly. Now we have Handy, the last player. Let's see how good he is, and yeah, he's a big draw too. Once again, he is the second big draw. Look at this draw count, dude, against Sarah, against Handy. Overall, he's not that good too. He's also not that good. He does not have the super powerful Inspire. You can see he attacks a lot, but he overutilizes attack, so he just... The fact that he doesn't use Charade that much means that, yeah, he does not win that much, unfortunately. So yeah, overall Handy, I would say it's a pretty similar to someone like Silent. Not as good as Silent, but super duper similar to Silent. So yeah, this is our official ranking. We got at the top the best character, which is Canary. But she can just completely destroy the enemy. She can just be like constantly surviving against the enemy while she's low. But as soon as the enemy fails to get the finishing blow, she can just use Jeopardy and completely destroy the enemy. And also Inspire complements Jeopardy really well. So if she fails Jeopardy, she can just heal it back with Inspire. And yeah, she's just super powerful. The players need to get really lucky to be able to beat her. If the enemy gets unlucky, she can just absolutely destroy them. She's so steady, she's so powerful. Canary wins by a lot. She's just so good, dude. Speaking of which, there's another part of the code that I'm really happy with. You can actually play against people. So I'm gonna play against... If I press P, I can play against him. Oh my god. This is me and this is Silent. And we're going to be playing against the same AI. So the AI is always going to choose the best move. Let's start with Charade. Charade is my opening move. I got a 3-hit combo on Silent. He's at 12. And he uses Jeopardy and I go on 12. Yeah, he countered my attack perfectly. Let me try use crit. Ooh, I got lucky. I'm able to use crit a lot because my HP is just so high compared to him, but now he uses Jeopardy and lands it, so the HP advantage is not as good anymore, and I need to use Charade to be able to give some steady damage as soon as possible. Like, just get him down. That's perfect. That's literally perfect. He tried to use Leech to heal and mediate the damage, but unfortunately that's not enough. I'm gonna try and crit again. Oh my god, he's so close to death. I'm gonna use Charade. I win. GG. Nice. That's so fun. I'm able to preserve my advantage, and that's what makes me better than Silent. And now I'm gonna fight against Sarah. Sarah's a wild card because she can just win or she can just lose. It's purely based on the enemy. She relies so much on the enemy's luck, and that's what makes her not as good. I think the best move to play against Sarah would be Charade. Sarah's not able to get that super duper powerful triple damage. She doesn't have the big damager attacks like that. And instantly our health is even. Oh my god, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. Stop it! Oh my god, no way. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, this is where Sarah totally shines. I just get unlucky and she just destroys me. No! Oh my god! No! No! That was such a long fight. I got so unlucky. Oh my god. Right, let's play against Fish. She has attack does the thing. She has the steadiness of attack, Jeopardy. It's here. Attack and Jeopardy is so good because she can just rely on the steadiness of the damage. Please, bro, please die. No. Oh my god, I got the craziest Charade combo. That was so unfair. We were both so even. I have a pretty interesting fight to play though. I wanna see how I fare playing with as Sarah. So it's best player versus worst player. Look at how unlucky she gets. But she's inspiring though. She's doing Inspire. She can get unlucky, but when she gets unlucky, she's just immortal. She's genuinely just immortal. You try and steadily take down her HP. I don't think we're gonna be able to win, dude. Holy moly. There's just no way for Sarah to be able to be the healer because draws exist, and yeah, she just... Ooh, Sarah just loses. GG. I think I kind of want to just have fun with this program. I'm really proud of it. Me versus Can. The thing I love about Can is she's also probably the most fun player to play as. Jeopardy, but as soon as Jeopardy cannot give me advantage anymore, I try to use Inspire. Look at the advantage I instantly get, dude. Look at the advantage I instantly get. Look at that. Look at that. GG. Oh my god, Inspire and Jeopardy are so good together. Pure damage versus healer. See, that's the thing. Vey can get an advantage all she wants. Oh my god, that's scary. That's really scary. Oh my god, that's really scary. That's really scary. No, oh my god.